I can't believe it! We're really doing this! We've really infiltrated the Elder Gods for real! All these years of planning, finally worth it!
Hush, little puppy. The walls have ears here. You should know that.
So our story continues with the stunning sight of Elder God Hades, following his apparent betrayal, secretly working with the 7 princes of hell. First introduced in Godkiller Gohan's backstory as walking through some familiar caves, Demigra, now disguised inadvertently as Vegeta, would be quietly following him behind. But eventually, from the darkness of the cave, their feet would touch light, sunlight to be exact, as walking out, an even more familiar sight would be seen, and with a crowd roaring. As it would seem, Hades and Demigra had finally returned to the Tournament of Elder Gods, the entire stage rebuilt back from any damage, but with no sign of Zeus yet on his balcony. It's not much, but we're here. This is the tournament. Here's where you can show them all what's coming for them. Where you will be fighting soon, Vegeta. As extending his hand out with a beaming smile, Elder God Hades would be like an excitable puppy, showing off the tournament stage.
This is it. You're right. It's not much at all. The competitions we held in hell are far more glamorous. But then again, it could just be the flames.
As a folded-arm Demigra, smirking away, would finally show some excitement of his own. Continuing,
but regardless, ugly stage or not, this is where for the first time, all 8 Elder Gods would gather, outside of Zeus's realm. What a dream come true! I really need to find who I thank for such an occasion.
And quickly, bowing down brazenly in public, Hades would explain, well, that can be arranged. I'm sure you will have to meet them eventually in your battles. Alongside your teammates, that is. I thank you again for providing them a space to train. They should be of some use to you now.
I'm sure they will be, given I gave them a power boost too. But an Elder God without a training time chamber. You really do make me laugh, Hades. How you managed to convince these fools you could stand amongst them, I will never know.
But after a small zoom in on Demigra's mouth, he would add,
oh wait, I do know. You too were given some of the prince's powers.
But as Hades and Demigra would be having this private conversation, a pair of feet would then levitate down.
Hades, think fast! It's him!
As Demigra would be first to notice and immediately recognize who it was.
Hades, so you finally showed up. I thought you had ran after seeing what these monsters could do.
As it would then be revealed to be none other than Poseidon, the only eliminated Elder God so far, as with his arms behind his back, observing the 2 figures in front of him, one clearly a new fighter of Hades, he would continue,
"What's this, Hades? You finally found a creation you think will hold up. I can't say I have much faith in that. But the real question is, will Zeus even allow such a late entrant?"
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Poseidon. As Hades, reverting back to his usual self like a chameleon, would nervously respond, "I should be perfectly fine. I know you're eliminated, but that's only because you only entered 4 fighters. But Zeus gave us plenty of time to sign up to a maximum of 9. As long as we did that, I could lose as many fighters as I needed in the previous rounds and still be okay. I have 6 slots left, though I could only find 5. Before opening his eyes and adding, "I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who took advantage of this either. I can bet Hera, Cronoa, and the rest will have some surprising new fighters to show us too." As in the background, an image of probably the most anticipated new fighter, Ultra Vegito, would then be shown.
Ha 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 ha! Very smart, Hades. Just as expected of a nerd like you. I guess I did have a little too much faith in my little team. But to be honest, sending more fighters who I knew were weaker would only be more embarrassing. I suppose that's why you left out one fighter as well. We'll see soon enough if that was wise. All elder gods have now returned, it seems. All except Zeus, that is.
As we would then get a view into the stands that completely confirmed what Poseidon had said. Zacobel, Castiel, Cronoa, Ares, and Hera would be back, sitting in the stands patiently for the tournament to resume. 48 hours had officially passed.
Speak of the devil. Or maybe I shouldn't be saying that here. But looks like Zeus has finally returned. The show goes on. Get ready, Hades.
As looking up, the elder god's sharp instincts would notice immediately movement up top. And indeed, when we'd look at the balcony, a silhouette of a figure would be approaching forward to the edge until...
Welcome back, my brothers and sisters. 48 hours has finished. Round 7 can finally begin.
As unbelievably, Zeus would appear, but looking very different indeed. His skin pitch black, and his eyes and mouth green, like a certain other character.
You! That idiot! Genesis!
As immediately all 7 elder gods would react, all awkwardly staring at the terrible disguise, as they would instantly recognize the imposter to be none other than Genesis, one of Zeus's own fighters and the complete jester within the tournament.
Genesis! What do you think you're doing? Get down from there at once and take that blasphemous outfit off!
As screaming his head off in anger clearly annoyed this familiar clown of the tournament, had dressed up as his own father, Castiel would be furious.
Castiel-chan, I'm sorry, but Lord Zeus told me to do this. He's busy right now and put me in charge. I promise it'll only be this round.
As quivering away like a little boy, the many-faced Genesis would be supremely apologetic one moment, before then becoming serious again, continuing.
Now, as I was saying before my son's rude interruption, for the 7th round, the 2 elder gods to fight each other have been selected, and they will be Hades versus Ares.
As Genesis, just like his creator, would then unveil the next 2 elder gods to go to war. And for once, it would seem 2 that were on friendly terms. Neither too happy at first to hear about their opponent.
Tough luck, my boy.
That is until Ares would break the silence and erupt into a presumptuous laughter, saying,
What are the odds? We both had the same plan to send in our weaker fighters first to test the competition. But now, one of us will lose our strongest combatants here and now anyway. A sad loss, but there is no shame in losing to me, young man.
Now why is that old man talking like I've already lost? As a bemused Hades would just be at a loss for words for Ares' reaction, as he would explain, statistically, Ares is doing just as badly as me in the competition. We both sit at -1 points for our losses. As far as opponents go, this was actually the best pick I could have got. I guess he just doesn't know that.
What are the odds indeed? 5 seconds here, and I already have the chance to cause some bloodshed. Hopefully, none of these fools catch on to who I am. I better hold back for my own good.
As immediately, not needing to be called or told the rules of the round, Demigra would start walking straight towards the stage.
Hold it right there, spiky-haired man!
But calling things to a stop adamantly, Genesis would have something to say. As looking down to the contestants, the green-eyed warrior would let out,
This round will not go like the others. Since this is the only round I will be in charge of, things will be different. In this round, it will not be 1-on-1 or 3 versus 3. Instead, all remaining fighters will face each other. Winner will be the Elder God with the last remaining fighter standing. Fine with me. That just means I don't have to pick favorites.
But immediately Ares' reaction would be one of complete calm and nonchalance, lifting his hand up saying,
1 hand. 5 warriors left.
As he would then lift up said hand, and at the tips of each fingernail, 5 yellow balls of energy would appear until...
Come forth and win this thing!
As throwing these bolts of energy rashly like they were Pokeballs, finally, Ares would unleash his so-called true strongest creations. The 5 energy balls shooting like beams towards the center of the stage before sedimenting in place, glowing away, until finally 5 brief images would be seen. 5 different warriors with what appears to be 5 very unique powers and control of the elements. As finally we'd get our first view of Ares' true team. A varied bunch to say the least, none looking like the warriors we'd seen from other elder gods. That mystery is what would make them apparently dangerous. These are Ares' greatest creations! As stumbling, Hades would be confused by their meek look, commenting, "They don't look very scary. 3 of them look like children. Why am I so worried?" But regardless of whether his elder god was worried or not, Demigra would be walking forward fearless. After all, how could any mortal strike fear into one known as a prince of hell?
Elder God creations! What a joke! I suppose these will be good starters before the main course, Zeus.
But as Demigra would walk forward confidently, in the stands, a certain white-haired lady would be watching. What is that? Isn't that one half of my Vegito? Hades too created one of him. Interesting. But something feels darker about him than even the God Killer. Why? Guess I can't leave you alone. Training's over, boys. As Elder God Hades, then on cue, would lift up his right arm, eccentrically spreading his fingers, as right beside Demigra, just like before, strange black flame portals would appear straight from the underworld, as slowly but surely, different weapons and limbs would then pierce out.
I see the energy you kids were given has finally started to make changes in you. Very good. Maybe now you won't embarrass me.
As beside Demigra, unbelievably, creatures completely unlike Hades' previous fighters would appear, each looking like a true devil-like creature, not far off Kazuya himself. Their skin dark, toned with black and purple, each would have a dead look in their eye, as if they had lost all sign of their mortality. What is this? I know for a fact Hades is not capable of creating these things. That boy, where did he find these men? Zeus, come here quickly! As now the elder goddess of time would have her suspicions ringing loud, instantly sensing something was very off about these contestants.
All fighters have arrived now! Begin!
As just like that, just like Zeus, Genesis would slam down his hand onto the balcony, signaling the beginning of round 7. But just instead of Zeus's signature yellow lightning, a vibrant green lightning instead would come soaring down to the middle of the stage as usual. And in a flash, the bolt would strike, straight in between the two gangs of warriors, both sides ready at any time, eager to make a move. And indeed, the minute that green bolt would make contact with the floor, instantly, Ares' team of 5 would rush forward with speed and no fear, while on Hades' side, the 4 devil-like fighters instead would rush forward, curiously leaving behind Demigra, just sitting behind like he was their owner with his arms folded, chilling away. But whether Demigra was participating or not, it would make little difference, as every fighter would soon be in the thick of it. In a mass brawl, powers and clashes of fists occurring in all directions with all combatants. My God, have mercy! What is that? But one of the shorter, stubbier fighters, some kind of monastery monk wielding green energy, would be left trembling first, paralyzed by fear when he would look up.
You've got some meat on you, boy!
As before him, one of Hades' fighters would be seen lifting a blade, but behind him, it would appear like a monster was hidden within, incarnating itself as a physical manifestation.
Time to cut you down to size!
As he would inevitably then swing down and unleash literal hell on the boy.
Stop being scared, Bido!
Jizu! But at the nick of time, one of his teammates would appear cloaked in a purple aura, blocking the incoming attack with notable ease. But even as this was happening, behind the trio, 2 more would come perfectly behind, ready to work together and take down the fearsome blocked foe. The Devil Warrior eventually taking notice, as firing straight behind him now would be one fist coated in lightning and another in pure flames. What? But before they could even make impact, it would seem it wouldn't just be Ares' team that knew the meaning of teamwork, as both fighters would be blown back when a mysterious coral black energy would appear.
These runts can run fast! They got away from me! Apologies!
As another of Hades' dark warriors would be seen grinning wildly, clearly behind the interruption and safe for his teammate. But as he would continue to giggle, it would stop when a faint line of energy would come across his face, soon being revealed as a sharp cut unleashing gushes of blood. His face then turning to shock when he'd noticed now just what was in front of him.
What is this?
As unbelievably now in front would be a literal army of blades, all traveling of their own accord and perfectly aimed at the Dark Warrior until they'd rushed down for impact, the screams of pain yelling out, telling us all about how blood-curdling his pain really was. I took one down, guys. Only 4 left. We have the advantage. As the mysterious white-haired man responsible, controller of these blades, would be seen smiling away with strange hand formations. But as these battles would wage on, another elder god would be watching. Ares, of course, enjoying every second, as he would really appear to be on the winning side for once, commenting,
I'll have to thank you for a dinner on me after this, Hades. My boy, For your age, you've created some mighty fine fighters. But they're nothing compared to what I've been working on all these years. The perfect team.
But also watching, with a closer view, would be the still arms folded Demigra.
These weaklings!
As soon his mood would be spoiled, as unlike Ares, Demigra would not be pleased at all with what he would be seeing, insulted even, as he would continue,
How could these ingrates be failing here? Especially after possessing portions of my own power. What more of an advantage do you need? Ridiculous!
As soon with that said, Demigra would bring his arms down and begin walking forward, raising his foot saying,
If you want something done right, do it yourself.
As the minute he would step forward, oddly, it would be with so much force the ground itself would shatter with just that first step. What is this? And it would seem there may be reason to it, as the minute he would, all 5 fighters of Ares would feel something change. As immediately 2 fighters would suddenly fall to the stage out of nowhere, some on their knees, as they suddenly begin to feel a strong pull down on their bodies, like they were now under 1,000 times gravity or more. I can't get up! What is this pressure? I'm going to be flattened! The young boy from earlier being the first to say in words how it felt, his body literally trembling, struggling to keep just his torso up.
What happened to them?
As all their opponents would fall like flies, struggling around on the ground, even the fighters of Hades would be left confused by what they were witnessing.
Demigra, just his presence alone has defeated them.
As the second would then mutter,
It's not his presence, it's his killer intent. This is the power of a real devil.
As while the fighters would stare in awe, Demigra would continue his push forward, walking fast towards Ares' completely down team. But as he would walk forward, taking count of his down victims, one in particular, the one called Jizu, would find enough strength to seemingly push himself up.
This magic will not work on me. Get back here!
As shouting at a back-turned Demigra, he would force the Prince of Hell to come to a stop until... Immediately he would get up and pull back his fist, ready to slam it into the warrior's blind spot. But with the gravity or pressure still clearly affecting him, his punch would be easier to avoid than a toddler's, with Demigra not even needing to turn around and slipping away with a simple movement of his neck.
If this is the limit of these elder gods' creations, just how weak must their creators be? I fear the other 6 princes may not be needed after all.
As in a complete mockery, playing with his hair, his eyes closed, and attacking without even looking, a flurry of backhanded strikes would smash all over his practically still opponent.
Enough playing with you.
As swiftly turning around now, and now pulling his own fist back. Demigra would unleash his own punch, but his one actually making contact, and for violent, catastrophic results. As laying with a brutalized face, his eyes blank on the brink of death, Jizu would be no more.
What? Jizu! Who is that boy?
Azeri, staring, hardly could believe how the tables would turn so quick, with one single warrior now dismantling his team like they were nothing. A warrior created by Hades of all elder gods. Or so he thought at least. As with Demigra now facing the rest of the fallen warriors, his next move would be coming. Moving with extreme speed and... immediately spearheading a kick straight onto the chest of the next fighter, slamming him up from his gravitational pull down. The fighter left with a bleeding, gaping hole now, as Demigra would swiftly move on to the next behind him. On top of the young boy now. Once again, only to bring the hammer of death with him, slamming the kid so hard, his head would now be buried underground, his body unmoving, dead on impact. The white bladesman now forced to watch it all from the ground, at first trembling until... Blades of chaos, come from heaven for me! But despite his call for some mysterious technique with a slashing sound, Demigra would already be behind him, and by the look in the boy's eyes, he would already be dead too. As when Demigra would then start walking towards the final victim, the bladesman's body would just fall behind him.
This can't be! I was winning! Hades did not create this thing! What's going on?
There's no doubt about it! This man should not be here! Hades has done something wrong, but I can't tell what! As now both Ares and Cronoa would be up in arms, both realizing who they were witnessing was no normal creation nor mortal. Someone more fearsome than perhaps any fighter they had seen so far, including Vegito. But soon Demigra would come to the last victim, lifting him up by his neck, the fighter's mouth open, but with no sounds or breaths of air coming out.
You're dead already! How pathetic! But I guess that at least saves us some time. Thanks for that.
As with a dastardly teeth-baring smirk, this prince would enjoy the death of yet another victim.
Time to make use of you five.
As now, with his spare arm, he would open his hand, and then suddenly close it, as instantly, like reacting to the sound alone, all five dead warriors on the battlefield would suddenly transform into pure energy itself, and then into the unthinkable. As now in Demigra's palm would be what looks like a small ball of chocolate candy. And indeed the same would happen to the other four too. 4 balls of candy on the ground before they would then shoot forward in a certain direction. As the other members would then suddenly grab onto these candy balls, with Demigra then ordering them,
"Eat it! Clearly my powers alone haven't been enough for you. At the very least, take these fools' energy to become fighters worthy of standing beside me."
And instantly they wouldn't need to be asked twice, as the first to swallow would do it immediately and straight away a power-up would commence, with his power level skyrocketing in an instant, taking in everything about their fallen opponent within a flash. And following on from that, the rest would do the same, their auras exploding, as one old man in particular would stare in complete disbelief.
"My greatest creations! Eaten! Taken! By Hades fighters!" Well, like this will even move the needle. But I guess it's my turn.
As levitating the candy piece up and grinning with a salivating look, Demigra would then toss the candy straight into his open mouth, and the chocolate ball would then get closer and closer into that gaping hole. Until rudely, it would be completely snatched away, and by the one person you would expect it to be by. Ultra Vegito had returned on the scene, standing menacingly over this so-called Prince of Hell, and moving too fast for even him to react.
Who are you?
Leaving Demigra stunned now, seemingly never having met the God Killer, his focus always having been on Son Gohan, as trying to get some answers.
I'm the Candyman. This energy is mine, not yours, clown.
As with the same callous nature as who he was facing, Vegito would take away his prey and eat the candy ball, powering himself up just the same, but with seemingly no effect or aura coming out. It would seem it would be too low to even move the needle for Vegito either. Just how strong has the God Killer become?